Streaming, play the title. You won't be able to hear the title. It's playing. I'm just gonna make sure. Exactly. Just make sure we're streaming and everything. Sam Adams. They get you a nice coaster. That's awesome. All right. So fucking shit. There we go. Will, I believe we are on. I'm gonna check again. We might be on? So they might be seeing you. A big you, little me. I had it. Yeah, we're live actually. Let me hear how you sound. I need a second meet.
Black Cat can hear us.
It's hard to do.
I see. Oh, yeah, I see us, man. Holy shit, look at you. You got the green screen behind you today.
Okay. Sorry, so I think we're good. Will.
I think we're on the air right now, brother.
I hope our levels are okay, but they'll let us know. Nice, Flat Cat said.
We're doing this.
Okay, man. So how's it going? Welcome.
Good, welcome. Welcome to the Noonan Show. Paul, it's great to see you, bro.
You don't.
Well, look at you.
Look that tan. You don't look that tan.
I've been been kind of keeping the suntan lotion on or the sunblock and looking at a few runs, but yeah, I haven't gotten like that burn or anything yet. You know what I mean? Nothing like that. It's humid, you know. Like I've gone on a few runs, but it's Florida, like only one day could I do more than like 2 miles because it's just like after a while you're just dead.
You're not used to it.
But
you're used to the
inflammation. And it's like by I think around 10 a.m. it's like 82 degrees. Wow. So it heats up pretty fast. But I'm not complaining one bit because it's nice down here.
Wind up here. It's not too bad here though. A lot of wind. That's all we have.
I saw that the Boston Fire Department had something like 800 calls yesterday or something like that because of the wind.
It was crazy. I don't know 800 calls crazy, but it was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, we had so I've been down here just doing shows every night. We got Sam Adams and fucking it's just been cool, man.
Like
so
awesome.
Jimmy Dunn's here, Kevin Flynn's here. Just crazy, man. It's been a whirlwind, like, because I'm just kind of settling in now because it was like I flew in here and it was just like bam, 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 and then we've just been doing all kinds of cool shit. Went to the park.
Yeah, that was awesome.
We got like all access there. We got like this, obviously not to like the players, but like to watch anywhere. We got our own little booth there. And we're doing comedy for the peoples, bro.
How's like the response? Is it a lot of Boston people down there? Like
a lot, but just a lot of people from around here. You know, they do spring training too, and it's like any tourist time. Like some locals are embracing it, and some locals are like sick of everybody. 100%. You know what I mean?
I would be the sick of everybody.
But it's cool, man. It's like. It's probably gonna rain soon, they say, but it's just like getting off the plane is probably one of the best parts. You know, you're just like, you would have hated the flight though, Paul. It's fucking extreme turbulence.
I would have hated it, or I would have accepted it.
It was I mean. For me, the worst part of a flight is just sitting in my seat and like when they close that door, I'm like, ugh, we're in it now. You know what I mean?
Doing now.
Yep, that's like the worst part for me. So after that, I'm just like, if it crashes, I just get off of this thing earlier.
And you're like, all these fucking people deserve it too.
I know. It's like I saw a couple of lesbians. I'm like, oh God, we're going down. We got fucking sinners and sinners on board. Just kidding. Just kidding. One thing though, it's definitely not as PC down here. There's fucking Confederate flags everywhere.
It's like probably kind of shocking for you though, because you're used to like everything up here. It's like...
Oh, dude. All right, let's do this. Big, most glaring, obvious difference is no iced coffee like at arm's reach. You know what I mean? You know how there's just iced coffee like everywhere in Boston? Like it's like you take it for granted. You're like, if I want a coffee, iced or otherwise, I can just always get one. Here it's like it's a trip to go get some coffee.
Not ice though. You'd think ice would be big in Florida, right?
You would think, but it's like they don't even sell it at the ballpark, man. I was like, what the fuck? So we had to figure out the iced coffee thing. Everything, the whole South being slow thing is definitely real and true. Like there's you go to Dunkin' Donuts, it takes like 10 minutes, even if there's no one in there. I sound like such a masshole. I'm like, that fucking Dunkin' Donuts is slow.
Why you lost the war?
Yeah, and all the wildlife and stuff is like totally different. It's like prehistoric shit down here. It's like fucking gigantic mosquitoes and spiders and seals and manatees and dolphins and alligators and owls. I run by an owl nest every single day.
You can actually die there, like not like up here. Like the animals will kill you.
Yeah, like if you could swim and die. You know what I mean? One of the comedians' wives was here for a couple nights, and she made a great point. She was like, all the signs say don't feed the alligators, but there's no signs that say no swimming. And I was like, yeah, I guess you're right. Kind of the same, but what's going on up there, man? What's going on with you?
This is the day you might see me break, but now it's all good now. Nothing was working computer-wise, but just I had 50 things, and just everything comes at you at the same time. It was one of those.
Yeah.
And then nothing would work here. Absolutely nothing.
It's been that kind of day. You might just be getting my residual bad luck.
Yeah, it was right about when I started thinking about you. So
when I was trying to send some paperwork earlier, and just like my computer was just like
things stopped working that have never stopped working before. That I don't even know why they would stop working. Like just like the cameras just stopped. All the cameras. We have two computers. The cameras on both of them stopped. Yeah.
Skype kind of messes things up. Skype gets into your.
The other computer knows nothing about what we're doing on this. Like as far as it's concerned, we're sending a PlayStation into it. It has no clue. So it's like something weird's going on. But we're here now. It's all good, man.
We're here now. Let's do a story, man, because there's two bros catching up after 4 days.
Here's our phone call.
I miss you.
So you're not gonna be able to see what I'm doing, so I'm gonna have to describe it to you, right? That's the way, or it's gonna come a little delay if you got a YouTube or something. But
I can look at my phone's YouTube.
So the first one though, it's something we are.
But we can just talk about it.
So the first one though, a mom is forced to feed her video game addicted child because he won't stop playing and put down the game. So she's hand feeding him like mash in his mouth while he's just sitting there.
Is it a video?
It is a video, yeah.
Is he? Is it Fortnite,
they don't
the game?
Exactly say what game, I don't think. It's just 48-hour sessions. It's in the Philippines, so I know like video game addiction gets pretty wacky over there.
Hikikomori.
Yeah,
I always talk about it.
That's over.
I'm obsessed.
But it's just, they got a picture here. I don't know if you can see this. This is it's just she got like a hunk of rice in her hand. He's staring at the screen. It's something, man.
This dude, I mean, we've done a story like this almost every week. It's like
new.
the people of Earth are just pulling back from life. The parents of the former generation, the people with money, are just taking care of all these guys.
And it's almost like this lady's like she's like, oh, I definitely fucked up with this kid, so I gotta hand feed him for the rest of his life. Like it's like something clicked in her head. It is.
I'm looking at the link. Yeah, I'm just looking at the link that you sent. It is funny that her name is Lily Beth Marvel.
It's something though. I don't know.
I mean, that's pretty crazy, man. To just have your mom shoving rice into your mouth while you play video games. I just think, you know what it is? People have always been addicted to everything that existed, and now video games or anyone can have video games. For many years, it was just an elite. You had to be up middle class to afford a $500, $400 console. But now, for sure, dudes in the Philippines can get addicted to video games.
Seems like they really do too. Pirating is high, so like you just cheap computers, you can just run through things. But it's something weird though. Like there's people, no one's dying here from video game addiction. I don't think, but people have. And
disagree. Because they might not be dying of starvation. Yeah. It's the opposite. They're dying of like diabetes and
right.
Inactivity. It's a slow. It's just, we talked about it kind of a couple weeks ago. It's just this slow. They pull. You make little consolations here and there. All right, maybe I'll just stay in for a couple days. Maybe I'll just order in a couple times, and then before you know it, the mailman scares you.
But it's just weird though. Like it really is, something has changed. Like, and the only real difference is the internet people are getting like their fix of people from the internet. That's what it seems like to me. They're just like delving in. What do you want?
Yeah, we don't need much as a human being. You really don't need much coming back at you positive energy wise. So when you're playing a video game, I get this all the time when I play sports video games. I go, man, I gotta chill on this because it's giving me almost the same feeling I get when I get a laugh on stage. I mean, it's like 75%, but it's like there.
It's scratching the same place.
Yeah, it feels like athletic performance, and you're just sitting there doing nothing, And it's especially now that you can make the whole avatar look like you.
And as a bald white guy too, they already all look like me. It's tough.
Yeah. I'm always easy too. Like I always kind of look like the basic. If they only have 12 you can choose from, there's always one that looks like me.
This is a funny news story that popped up. This shows you like just like how nutty actors and directors are. This guy's crowdfunding to get the rat from the end of The Departed removed.
I did see that story. I haven't. Well, keep going.
It's just like the story's good because what it really is, the guy's getting his name out. He's some kind of director type, so he actually now people actually heard about him for 2 seconds. So that's like what he wanted to accomplish. But there's people giving money to this. Like it's like $4,000 immediately.
Imagine being so rich you could spend money on a snarky joke.
I don't even remember that part of the movie. I might already.
I will say I do remember when I saw the movie going like, "Whoa, that was fucking corny and unnecessary." I do remember thinking
it probably is. It's too on the nose, I guess, but
a little bit. I actually think it's the rat's performance that kind of takes it away. It's just not a good. I'm sure they had a hard day getting that rat to do anything. So they got this little clip of it being okay, and they were like, "Good enough."
He's no pizza rat.
It just doesn't look natural. It looks like someone shoved the rat out there on the rail and it stopped. I mean, we've all seen rats in Boston, but you don't see them hanging out on your balcony. But
so you think they actually trotted a rat out there? I just assumed it was like a green screened-in rat. I like that.
I mean, they still had it on a little pole. It probably wasn't like the big drop, but I'm sure it looks like a real rat to me.
It does.
But yeah, it was kind of on the nose for a Scorsese film, but I don't know though. It ended with a nice button. I definitely love that movie. It does not ruin the movie for me in any way.
And to be fair to this guy, he made that point too. He made almost that exact same point. He really liked the movie, appreciated everything, didn't like the rat. So maybe he's right.
Yeah. But that's Paul. This is the kind of thing we talk about all the time as friends. It's like it's okay to like 95% of a movie. You don't have to start a GoFundMe to change the movie. Like, how narcissistic are you? Just go. I don't really like that part of the movie.
Turn it off, like right there. It's at the end. You're not missing much. You've seen the credits. You know who did everything. Like
exactly. It's always been a real bougie film industry thing to re-edit films. Guys who want to be directors are always saying things like, I just cut 6 minutes out of Goodfellas. So much better now. They're always saying things. Topher Grace, if anyone's watching and they want to do a quick Google search, Topher Grace who's a pretentious douchebag, has done it a trillion times, and he always brags about it. And I think one time he said, "I'm gonna break." He had like he edited all the Star Wars prequels into one big movie, and then showed it a couple times, and then broke it.
Yeah, he did it. He also did this recently after that KKK Klansman movie because it weighed too much on his soul, so he had to just get back in there and just cut up some film.
Did you hear about Spike Lee at the Oscars?
Well, he kind of made it like I watched some of it. It was all about him.
Well, he stormed out
when
Green Book won Best Picture. Spike Lee started to storm out of the, and then Keegan Michael Key, he's the one who directed Get Out, right? He got him and said, "Sit down, like be a man, sit down," which is so funny because like 3 years ago that guy would have not said anything to Spike Lee.
Right? Yeah.
But now he's the big swinging dick in Hollywood.
His movies are great too. He's like the first. I love. Has he only done 2? No, I seen Keanu. Keanu was good too, but that was more silly.
I must say though, like as much as Spike Lee is a douchebag, I would still jump at the chance to be in one of his movies in a heartbeat. And if I was ultimately famous or something, I could choose any director. He would be my top 3. I think.
That was a good movie too. I don't know. It's
seen
good.
it yet.
It's funny. It's got everything. It's got it all, man. This is cool. If we want to stay on movies real quick, China released like a massive, big budget sci-fi movie a little while back. It's coming to Netflix soon. It's very cool though, just to see what like a AAA movie from another country is gonna be like.
What do you mean AAA?
Like just high budget. That's really like that's more of a video game term.
Okay.
Probably shouldn't have brought it into movies, but
no, let's do it, man. This is what it's all about
it's pretty
here.
Cool though. It's I'm actually gonna see it. It's coming. I'm gonna see it in I think Thursday, hopefully. But it's
Ooh, I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at the article you sent me.
Isn't it a cool idea though? Like it might be terrible. It's their first shot at something like this, but it's cool. Like it's like it. I don't know. I'm into it.
Flat Cat is watching, I hope, and she will not. She fucking hates subtitles, more than anyone else.
Definitely only gonna be subtitles. I'm not a big subtitle person either, but just to see another culture's take on like a big money sci-fi movie is kind of cool.
Yeah. I'm afraid I'm a little too dark right now, but I don't think there's anything I can do about it, guys. I saw.
Let me see if I can get.
I saw something. It's just my tan. It's my Florida tan, you know. That's what I look like now.
Yeah, I think we're stuck. I think we're stuck with Dark Willie. Whoa, something happened. Oh, I lost you, Will. Something just. No, I can see you on that, but when here we go. Okay, there you are. Sorry. It's much better.
Is that bright enough for you?
It's much better. That TV. No, but it's just cool. Like the whole like China landed on the moon. They're doing all the things we did, man. They're making big Hollywood movies, doing cool shit.
Yeah, they did that. Matt Damon went over there. Oh fuck. Matt Damon was over there and was in one of their big, like he took a huge paycheck to go over there and be in a movie that they made, and a lot of people kind of gave him shit for it. But I'm like, hey, you know, make money, Matty D.
Haven't they been doing that for years? Just at least on like having different commercials and just getting paid big money to do crazy Chinese commercials and stuff.
Yeah, and it's a free world, you know. Yeah. Matt Damon wants to go. I mean, they've been doing that with commercials for a super long time. Sorry, I'm just this is, you know. Hey guys, if anyone even gives a shit, which I don't think they do, that this is kind of haphazard. I mean, look at what we're doing. We're in Florida, in Boston, and we're doing a show. That's pretty amazing.
What else do you want to do? Did anything?
Oh, let's do craft. We got to talk about this.
You can't go anywhere without the craft, man.
That's why I came to Florida. I'm doing investigative. investigative journalism down here.
I actually think it's like an interesting story in a lot of ways because we talked about legalized prostitution at some point in one of these shows. I think we did.
Yeah, like one of the earlier episodes.
But like
yeah,
the point we made then, it was what was right. Like dark alleys are bad for everybody. Like human trafficking is fucking heinous and bad, and that it's even still a thing is fucking crazy. But this is what happens. Old men are. You just can't like go away from reality. Like old men are gonna want blowjobs. But
that's what's so funny about it is,
gross.
You know, the initial rumors that came out were it's like a millionaire sex dungeon and just filled with these sex slaves from around the world, and there could be kids there and all this stuff. And it turns out he just goes to a place where all kinds of people go to get the jerk treatment. Like he just knows about it. He just found out, like, hey, they give hand jobs and blowjobs there. Let's check it out.
That's what it seemed like too. Like he went the day before the AFC championship or something like that. Like,
yeah, no, he went day of morning.
He
was only in there for 10 minutes too, so my kind of guy.
But there's like a darkness of this. There's a lot of people that are just like beating their chest, and it is funny. I'm not saying it's not funny because I've made a bunch of dumb jokes too. But there's a lot of like darkness to this that people want to ignore too quickly, and just like
I hate to agree with you, Paul, but you're right. Because, well, first of all, it seems like the state's attorney or the DA or whoever is real serious about sex trafficking. It's like his cause. He wants that to be. He admitted in the press conference yesterday that this might not even be a case of that. They don't know yet if the women are actually sex trafficked.
It's probably hard to know, right?
I'm not.
In a way.
Well, I'm not an expert, but I always thought that was more of a Russian type of thing or a middle European type of thing than an Asian thing. But I don't know. Honestly. That is not cool, you know. No one wants that. So, but this is the kind of thing. It's sort of backwards, but if you just legalized it and
it's this exactly. It's the same argument that they had against weed for so long. They said like you're contributing to Mexican cartels by buying illegal weed, but you're not. You kind of are, but only because you're not allowing me to buy it any other way. Like,
anytime you buy something on the black market. Or potentially, anytime you're buying something on the black market, you're potentially, supporting a bad enterprise. I mean, I'm sure some of the dollars I've spent in my life have gone to places I do not want them to go, like ISIS. Yeah, exactly. I remember that was the thing for a long time in New York was like, if you buy weed, you support ISIS. If you buy weed, you support ISIS.
That Afghani weed.
Oh, man. I'm looking at myself right now. See, you can see the sun a little bit now, right?
Got enough. Looks good, man. Nice and healthy.
Yeah, it feels good. It's definitely it's cool down here, man. I don't know if I'd want to live down here for sure, but it's a nice change of pace.
What do you think happens to Bob Kraft, though? Inevitably. Like
we've all been talking about it nonstop. I think it's going to blow over, honestly. No pun intended. But I think there's no way. If it were it's actually, you hate to defend a billionaire, but if this were a regular dude, you wouldn't even get arrested.
Yeah, exactly.
You get a summons to court, and then you'd probably admit it, and then get a slap in the wrist or a fine. But also, I don't think he has a criminal record. So you're 77 years old. He probably does 70,000 hours of community service a year already, if not more.
Point. What are you really going to do to him? Yeah.
What's 1,000 hours? And, it's definitely not the coolest look. And if he supported some prostitutes, some sex trafficking, that's bad. But it's not like he owns the sex trafficking company. He just went in, and if you go to a legally owned 7-Eleven, and they're not paying their workers.
Good point.
You have no idea. And you buy a soda, or you spend $100 in there on shit and leave and gas and shit. Are you supporting poor working conditions, you just have no fucking idea.
It's definitely a good point. It just gets weirder. Just the word human trafficking it scares you. You know what I mean? Like it's just like
yeah, but it's kind of a vague word. I think in our minds we're thinking of trucks and freights filled with poor young women, but in reality, I mean, it could just be. They kind of make it now all forms of prostitution
are sort of that. It's all lumped together at that point.
Yeah, so it's I don't know, it's I hate to say that I sort of feel bad for Kraft in a way, but I do. I don't know. I'm not even the biggest Bob Kraft guy.
Me neither.
But it just seems kind of like if he's just getting blown and he's paying 200% tip, gave her 2 hundos, man. 11 minutes of your time. It's just not. It's not worth going to jail for. That's for sure. True.
But hey, there it is, and it's a non-alcoholic beer. We'll just keep repeating that because people.
It is a non-alcoholic beer, but I'm keeping it because I'm sponsored by Sam on this.
Does Sam do a non-alcoholic? No.
No, I
You don't have to. Yeah.
We got just this guy Harry. He's sort of he's just taking care of all of shit and hustling and doing all this cool stuff for us. And he used to own Stitches Comedy Club in Boston way back in the day. He picked me up at the airport. I didn't know him at all. Been love the guy from the moment I met him, and it's just
that makes everything so much better.
But he's he's like a fixer. Takes care of shit. He was a good guy too, man. Like a real hot shit. And his dad was a Boston cop too.
So he definitely loves you.
Last night with Nesson and Tom Karen and a couple of the cameramen from Nesson. It was like a good time. I hung out with that guy and did comedy for that guy, the giant glass guy who always sits behind.
Awesome. Yeah.
Wade, he was at the show last night, front row.
He's
and I was
basically famous.
That's what I said. I was like, I feel like I know you. I've watched you on Nesson more than a lot of Red Sox players.
For real, though, you have.
I said I thought you were Robert Redford until HD came out. Loved it.
All right, so did you...
That was a nice pause.
It actually let me fix the browser, so it worked. Good job, Will. But I don't think you have this link, so I'm gonna have to talk you through this. But this is the Brookfield Zoo. There was a malfunction in a popcorn machine, and it rained down on the gorillas below, and to basically their best day ever for being
seriously
stuck in the zoo constantly. But
that's the fun part about being a zoo animal is the anomalies of life. A cat could come into your enclosure, a pigeon, popcorn, a human.
I'm trying to get the thing up right now, but Skype's slowing us down a little bit. But the video is amazing. It's actually up right now if you can see it on your YouTube. But basically,
Harry, I was just talking about you. No, I'm still going. You want to come on? Oh, that's inappropriate. You cannot do that in 2019. He grabbed his genitals.
But it's pretty amazing. Just I don't know, I'm not a big zoo person, but you see these gorillas sitting around. They had a good day.
I just saw a gorilla live in person right here. That's perfect timing for your story. And then he just goes, "Are you done?" Yeah, man. I have this little story of going to the Franklin Park Zoo before the gorillas escaped. Remember how the gorillas escaped a couple times? So before they escaped, there was no glass or anything. It was just what do you call that? Like a moat, but there was not even any water in the moat, just a dry moat. But I remember even saying wow, can they jump? And Guy was like, oh no, that's exactly like a foot longer than they can jump.
we
So like we're as close as we can be.
we
But
had the Gorilla Olympics. We know how far they can jump.
yeah, I remember the first time we walked in, a gorilla threw an onion and it landed maybe 3 inches in front of my foot, and I was walking towards it. It was like the most expertly thrown onion from a great distance, and we were just like, "What the fuck? This is insane!" And we loved it. We went there a bunch because it was such a cool exhibit. You get so close to the gorillas, and then a couple months later, one got out and was running through the zoo, and then a month after that, another one got out and was running through Roxbury in Dorchester and Mattapan and shit, and they shot it with a tranq dart, and it sat at a bus stop and fell asleep.
Yeah, dude.
Remember that? That wasn't even that long
No.
ago. Thinking that was one of the craziest things that's ever happened.
Just imagine that too. Imagine like being
Imagine being at a bus stop and seeing a gorilla. What the hell? You wouldn't even know how to process that.
something.
Now I want that to happen to me.
Do you want to do just shave it? I did.
Oh,
Okay,
fuck yeah,
So
dude.
let's start easy. We'll go with what's his name? Kate Middleton's buddy, Prince William. It's probably the most famous. Just shave me, bro.
My boy, you know, we're the same
Really?
age.
Okay.
Both named William. Everyone thought I was named after him. Not named after my grandfather, but yeah, we're the same age, and you know, I'm starting to thin a little bit, but I'm doing much better than old William.
He is like no one else has never ever needed to shave it. It is ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous.
But he can't, dude. He can't be looking like Jason
I think he'd
Statham.
look
Like,
great though. I think he actually has the face
sure
for it. I think he could be one of like the good bald guys. He's one of the good ones, Will.
that's funny. He's one of the good bald
The good
guys.
ones. But
Yeah, I think that'd be cool. I don't know, man. Hold on, I'm just looking at YouTube so I can see. I don't know. So just for just because this is how we
Yeah.
play the game. This is Devil's Advocate. I think maybe because he could be the King of England, it's good for him to look older. It's good for him to look like a mature older man. He's been a war. He did some like real fighting too.
I
Him
know.
and Harry did some real. Harry's another one. I like that dude. I feel like he didn't really want to live this life. He's just kind of been. It's like some people don't want to work for their dad's plumbing
yeah,
company,
exactly.
and Harry doesn't want to be a royal. But it's what else?
Well, and like
do?
the alternative is like say Trump's kids who are fucking just they're tough to want to look at.
Well, not Ivanka's all right
True,
to look at, but
true.
she's.
She's a robot
I met her way back in the
in
day.
New York, right?
I was about 19, 20 years old, and she was probably 22, something like
So
that.
you could be like what's the fucking dude's name? Her husband. You could be that guy right now.
Yeah, I don't think so. 'Cause he's pretty. He's pure blooded
Yeah.
himself. I'm trying so hard. I just wanted to interrupt the show. I'm trying so hard to not say the word like. All right, everybody. I'm trying very hard. I listened to the last episode. I must have said the word like. I was high. I must have said the word like 1,000 times. It was driving myself crazy. Trying to cut it out of my
It's
vocab.
hard. Everyone has some like affectation. Everyone has something. So
Yeah, but like is an annoying one.
totally.
And it's and when you're high, it's such an easy. It's just like saying
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
But it's been pretty. Oh, speaking of like see, I just did it again. Speaking of things like that, I can use it as a word. Just can't say like. The commercial that I was in. Oh shit!
Thank God you had pants on.
For this one, the commercial that I was in was on during the Oscars. So that was cool. I got a trillion texts at the same time. So it's covered the whole gamut, sports and Oscars. So everyone. But then we were down here watching Red Sox baseball via my laptop, and it popped up there. That was extra surreal. But want to thank everyone out there for all the kind words and well
They're good
wishes,
commercials.
and
They really are.
they are. I will say they are good commercials, and I love the people who make them, and I love working with them. And I think we might do some more. It's pretty crazy, but it's just I've done a bunch of commercials, but nothing like this as far as eyes.
Yeah, exactly. If you could get like a whole string of them, you could be like the Jared guy for them.
Would not mind that one bit. You know, not to bring up chaos magic, which is one of my least favorite things in existence, or manifest destiny, all that shit. I hate it all. But there's something to be said for the fact that for hundreds of episodes of podcasts, I'm like, I'm coming at you live from the Honda Accord sedan. I'm in this Honda Accord. I just always talk about my Honda, you know what I mean? And then of all the big kind of, you know, windfall gigs for it to be Honda was sort of eerily fitting.
It's pretty
you know
amazing.
What I mean? You know, I'm like the two things I'm doing right now are Honda and the Boston Red Sox. Those are
very much on brand.
Those are both things very much on brand. And a German flag behind me because people we're renting the house from are German. That's something I should mention too. The guy who owns this house is German. Apparently, he looks like Elvis. I've never met him, but there's Elvis shit everywhere. And the house is called Graceland.
It looks amazing. The pool shots and everything. It looks like when we're done with this, you should swing the camera around and show everyone the pool. But
absolutely, it just looks like I can do it right now. It just looks like a porno like set. You know,
perfect.
Look at that. Screened in because the bugs situation is insane here at night. But not really, to be honest. Not every night. Oop,
nope.
Did you lose me?
Nope.
Or nope. Something flashed for a second. Yeah, there's some pretty. Honest to God, though, I'm getting some mosquito bites, and they're not as big as the ones in Boston. The bite. The mosquitoes are bigger, but the bite is.
It's interesting. Less of a histamine reaction for some reason. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. We're like 30 minutes from Fort Myers, from like the park. So we're in a different town called Cape Coral. I'm figuring out like so much every single day because for the first 2 days I was here, I was just a guy getting driven around places, going. If you let me out here, I would have no idea where to go.
I might die.
Might die of consumption.
Or you never know. You're in Florida. Or like you don't want to be on someone's property. They gun you down, Will.
I thought about that this morning. I was taking a photo of a guy's mailbox. And I was like, well, this is probably not cool. He could kill me. They don't like us. They don't like tourists here, you know? They don't like snowbirds, they call us.
Snowbirds.
That feels good.
I got
we got another.
I always like to do one criminal one. So this is actually a Florida man arrested for threatening to pull off a 65-year-old woman's jaw. So
pull off her jaw?
He didn't do it. He just threatened it. So I'm saying not the worst guy, but
worse than Robert Kraft, I'd say.
Yeah, this guy didn't traffic any humans.
Yeah. Robert Kraft just sticks it in your jaw. He doesn't rip your jaw off.
But this guy, he there's something to be said. I think I'm like figuring out a pattern. It's a warning sign if you're not taking care of your hair in one way. You don't have to shave it. Just shave it, bro. Might not be the right way to do it. But like, if you're just like kind of letting it all fall apart, like some people, they always seem to be criminals. Like it's like that makes sense. It all makes sense.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. You start letting things go. You know,
like the eyes, windows to the soul, head, something else. It's something else in there.
Is this guy's picture in here?
Yeah, it should be right at the top. It's the CBS 17 one.
It's at the bottom, Paul.
Okay. So we're already at the bottom, then. That's not good because we've been through a lot of content then.
No, that's okay. I mean, it makes sense. I think there's some in here. I think it maybe came to me in a different order. It's weird.
Yeah, I just don't remember. Also,
You know what? I'm looking at this guy. He looks like a lot of the people down here, bro. Like there's some fucking weird shit down here. There's types, you know. I guess it's anywhere, right?
But you're just noticing the new types. Like you've already.
And very far. This is like far as fuck from Boston. We're not. Sometimes you go to Virginia or Pennsylvania. You're like, wow, people are different, you know. But people down here are different. I won't say who, but it was a funny fucking member of the Red Sox personnel. It was like, it's the swamp. Rots their brain. Swamp brain. He's like, all the cameramen we have down here, they stink. We're like, we'll be talking about a player, and the guy will have the camera right on the player, and then for no reason, he'll just move it away. We'll be like, hey, why were you doing that? We were talking about the player. And he'll go, oh, I don't know, man. Sorry.
Dude.
And I don't think it's just the humidity. You know how like in summer you get a little bit airhead?
Like if you go,
it just
I go to like a sauna every once in a while. If you come out of a sauna, you're done for the rest of the day. Like, you're literally done. Your brain is off. Like it does.
Well, that's
makes
what
sense, man.
All day here.
Makes sense.
So I'm looking at this guy's hair, though. That is 100% a candidate for just shave it, bro.
He's also like, this is another thing. This guy's 43 years old. Like it ages the fuck out of you when you gotta do something. Just shave it, bro. Might be too harsh, but everybody gotta do something.
No, just shave it, bro is not harsh. Should we change the name of the segment to please shave it, bro? Pretty please shave it, bro.
Maybe think about it.
Oh, she did get a cut on her face too. That's not fucking cool. Hey, let's look at this virgin. Oh wait, world's largest bee.
Oh, just rediscovered. They thought he was lost to us all, Will, and they found him in a termite mine. It's pretty amazing.
How did they know about this bee?
They knew about it from like years ago. Just like it was documented.
Oh, it's a breed of bee. It's not one.
No. It's not just like the biggest guy. No. No, it's like the dodo. It was like that.
You know, people in Florida are fucking stupid. They don't know shit about anything. They ain't smart like us up in Boston.
It's that swamp brain.
I'm like, how did they? I didn't know bees could even live 38 years. That was my first thought. I'm like, there's bees out there that are older than me. What? It's crazy.
It's pretty crazy though. Like it makes you think like other things. People like to use this as like an excuse to think Bigfoot's still out there. It's like, well, this giant bee that they thought was extinct, now he's back. So Bigfoot.
Anything is Kevin Garnett. Anything is possible.
That's true. It is true. Good science definitely says that. So that's definitely true.
And I also think sometimes maybe extinction can be a pause button and not necessarily a permanent end to a species. Obviously, if an entire race of animal, like say dinosaurs, is like wiped out, they're not going to come back. But if a rare type of bird goes extinct, there's always that chance that there's one more out there and it breeds with just another bird.
Close enough or something.
Or something, and then or just evolves again. It re-evolves to come back.
Well, that's happened too. Like species have like evolved and unevolved different aspects of like what they are, and like it's come back around. Different species have gotten to the same point, doing way different things. There's a lot of crazy shit. So you're right. You're definitely right.
Yeah, I love when we do science on the show and just like, we puck around with it.
Totally.
You can just go extinct and come back. It's no big deal.
No, but there is a little bit of truth in it because the DNA is still there. As long as the DNA isn't destroyed, the alleles might not be getting expressed, but it's still there, so it can come back. So it's cool.
Yeah, I mean, where did they find it? Indonesia?
Exactly.
Makes a lot of sense. I wish I had this video, but I didn't send it in. But I saw a video on Reddit. I've been looking at Reddit because I'm just fucking so bored sometimes. So I'm giving myself, it's vacation. I'm looking at Reddit. But I saw someone down here was filming an alligator in the sewer.
So you're gonna find this alligator?
Well, I haven't seen one yet, but I will see one. Someone said in the comments, top comment was like, Florida is the Australia of America.
It's true, though. It really is, man. Just like
ever since I heard that, I'm like, damn right.
Like hippos down there. Like people have imported all sorts of fucking crazy African animals too. Anacondas, giant anacondas.
It is tropical. I heard the snake thing can be huge. A lot of frogs, geckos. It's just stuff we don't have because of the yearly killing.
Exactly. Keeps them back.
Winter just kills everything. I met a guy down here a second night. Who's a guy from back home who grows. He's a regular guy, but he's taking advantage of the marijuana laws in Massachusetts, and he's growing 1,000. Not 1,000, but he had like 14 plants. Hey! See, I'm not there, so she's not.
She came out.
What's her name again? I always forget. Autumn. Is that when you guys got her?
No. Well, maybe. I don't remember. Sharon wanted or whatever her name is, wanted she was like, I want like a fall name for the cat. I'm like, Autumn? Fucking Autumn? Did you just want to name? I think she just wanted to name the cat Autumn, and she just wanted to make me feel like I named the cat. So
that's a great move. That's expert. But anyway, this guy, he was showing me all the photos on his phone of all his weed plants, and he gave me a half a joint because he felt pity for me, felt actual pity for me. But he flew down here with 30 Js.
Yeah, a lot of people are flying. Florida is not a safe place for weed, though. That's why I wouldn't do it. Like, if you were flying to Cali from Boston, I don't think I'd worry about that. But
it's weird, though. It's medically legal here, and it's becoming, and I think they're on their way to recreation. So it's actually not as bad as it used to be in the old days. I hear it's hard to get. That's what everyone says.
Usually.
Yeah, I think I have everything. I've only smoked twice, but yeah. But that's kind of nice in a weird way. I don't know if that makes any sense. You don't want to get like your fucking head blown off when you're like with highness when you're in Florida, I think.
Around alligators? Yeah, maybe not.
It's just too weird here to be that high, to be like Massachusetts high. You know, you get Massachusetts high, you can go buy, get a nice coffee, go see some scratchies or something like that. You're down here, you get high, you could see a Confederate flag and get like really bummed out. See a 28-year-old woman with diabetes, removed limbs. That's another one. It's like young fat people with missing limbs. I'm like, Jesus, dude, is that really worth it?
It doesn't taste that good.
To give you your foot up for food.
This way I get 2 checks.
I've seen it a couple times. And there's a guy around here, it's funny, he rides one of those scooters and he walks his dog with the scooter. But at least he's old and he has both legs.
He's basically winning.
Yeah, he's winning. But yeah, I thought it's not as big of a crime. If you've got weight, if you got over an ounce or something, you're pretty fucked.
Yeah,
but
I think part of it was like they were almost, it has to do with like pain pills. They for a long time it was like a revolving door where they basically fed the whole country full of opiates. And there's a lot of people who think they kept the medical marijuana and recreational out just to facilitate that opiate business down there. So yeah.
Really?
There's I don't remember the name of it. There's a documentary about it. It's pretty fucking crazy. But they were allowed. There was no bookkeeping. They were allowed to go from just pill hop and just ridiculous shit, really ridiculous shit.
Yeah, I've heard that. They keep the cold medicine behind the counter at some places down here too.
So we're pretty much through, Will.
Yeah, we got like 10 more minutes, don't we?
Yeah, I think we got 10 more. Yeah, exactly.
How about this massive worm in a fish tank?
I think here we go. So this. Did you read the story? I think I remember it. Basically, this guy moved into a place. There was a fish tank already there, and he was just like, "Can I keep the fish tank?" And the guy let him keep it. So he's moving out 3-4 years later after that, taking everything out, and he finds this giant, I think it's called a bristle worm. Yeah, it's a bristle worm in the bottom of the tank that he never knew about, just living there.
It's probably one of those things where he's wondering, hey, why haven't I, he's probably wondering, why have fish been going missing for the past
exactly.
2 years? I've heard that story before. I've heard people say, oh man, yeah, my fish keep going missing. And people are like, that doesn't happen. And they die and they stay right there and they float and shit. And then they find out that they have some huge sort of stowaway fish or predator or what's a parasite type fish that kind of snuck in through another fish, usually a tropical fish.
It's fucking insane.
I have heard that before.
This
Isn't
thing
that nuts?
is terrifying looking though. This bristle worm. The face looks like, I don't know if you ever watched Tremors. Basically, or that thing in Star Wars that they threw the, I don't know what that thing's called.
Boba
Fett. Yeah, exactly.
It's fucking nasty. I mean, that worms, snakes. The good Lord designed them so you should stay the fuck away from them, man. It's everything evil is just looking right at you. Oh, dude, that's some of the shit I wanted to tell you about. So here's some shit I got on my to-do list while I'm down here. I got some activities. Bingo. I'm gonna go play at one of these huge fucking.
I've done it before. It's awesome.
Bingo
it's
halls.
Surprisingly awesome.
That's. It looks awesome. Here's the one everyone thinks I'm weird for, but I think it's gonna be great. Mega church on Sunday. They got a mega church that's like the size of a fucking. I mean, first of all, everything here, every store is huge. I went to a Dick's Sporting Goods that was the size of the high school I went to. I'm not even kidding you. The show we're doing is right next to a Bass Pro Shop. It's the size. It's the size of a courthouse in South.
So crazy.
It's just nuts how big. There's just space everywhere. But the mega church was just the biggest thing I've ever seen. We drove by on Sunday and there were just like 1,000 cars there.
That'd be cool. I'd want to check that out too. Do you have to dress up? What do you have to do?
I mean, I don't think so. I definitely don't think so. I'm not looking to convert or anything, but once in a lifetime, sort of. You know me, dude. I'm easily persuaded if I get in there. Some guy's like, you look handsome and like you know something about some things. I'm like, yes, I do. Where do I sign? Dude. So that's one thing. Definitely want to do some bowling, but I'm a little bit perturbed about that. I don't have my ball with me.
Yeah. It's like you're cheating on the ball.
Part of me's thinking this is good for me though. 2 weeks to kind of just let all my bad habits just evaporate, and then I'll go back to bowling and have kind of like a fresh.
Yeah. It's gonna be tough.
Easy swing. I'm watching.
They're gonna miss you. Did you tell them you were going? Your bowling alley people? They're gonna like.
I'm wondering if they see me on TV too. I was wondering about that. What's up with Will? I was wondering about that. They probably think I'm dead. The people at Comedies think I'm dead too. I think one of them knows that I was going to Florida, but I was in there the night before, and I was like, "See you guys later." And they were like, "See you tomorrow." And then I was like, "No, you won't. Won't see me for weeks." But I didn't want to say anything. I hate goodbyes.
It's almost like Good Will Hunting, though. They're like, "One day, Will, I don't want to see you in this comfies."
It is. Everyone at Southie is like that. You know what the best thing you could do for me would be? Disappear. Never come back.
That fucking movie ruined people.
It ruined your neighborhood, that's for damn sure. It changed, and I definitely think it's 100% responsible for the yuppie conversion of South Boston.
That was the catalyst. That really was.
It was the first thing that it showed the world.
This place isn't too bad.
Pretty nice neighborhood here. Right by
That's
the
what
water.
My mother always says. She's like, I liked it better when they hated us.
Yeah. It really did. I remember coming. That was when I moved to New York not that long after that, and I remember coming back and seeing tour buses in South, or tour vans in Southie, and people were asking me to take them to the L Street Tavern and stuff. And people had all kinds of questions for me about Boston and Good Will Hunting. You know, good for them, but that was the beginning. It probably would have happened eventually, but I don't know. I don't know. It sort of changed the whole face of Boston because once Southie got real hip and filled with young urban professionals, and then it got filled, then they moved to Eastie.
I think
You
it's
know?
that, and honestly, like not to go back to the Patriots, but when the Patriots won and everybody started winning, Boston became a. I almost feel like the economic growth came from the sports growth in a way. It's
That's a
weird.
good point. That's a really good point. People just want to come here and win with
Stop
us.
winning.
That was the best Bob Kraft joke I read. I wish I could credit it, but someone said, "Well, of course he has to go there. He can't jerk off with 6 rings on his fingers."
Yeah, there was a lot of like joke stealing going on during this too. I seen like the same five okay jokes.
See, I don't even know how much of it's joke stealing though, because that's topical
Yeah,
shit. It
it's
always
like
happens. I had one that was, "Oh, Meek Mill has to get Rob Kraft out of prison." It's an easy
yeah,
fucking bit. A couple guys were like, "I said that too," and I was like, "Yeah, of course we're all fucking
yeah, exactly. It's
unoriginal."
all pretty basic. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
So what are you
uh,
doing today?
should probably
Yeah,
wrap up, actually,
I'm
Paulie.
done too. So what?
We're on Florida time. We're on vacation. We're gonna end it a little early
So what are
this
you doing
week.
today? Tonight? You have just your regular show?
Yep, every
Yeah.
single night, man, from now until March 9th, you can see
Nice.
me at the Residence Inn at the Gulf Coast Town Center
Nice.
in Fort Myers, Massachusetts. It's a huge, huge thing that we don't even have in Boston. It's like, have you ever been to the Weymouth like mall thing, that outdoor mall in Weymouth or Hingham? You
Yeah,
know
yeah,
those
yeah. I know. Yeah.
It's about 17 times the
Wow.
size of that, and it's what people do in Fort Myers. They just go there and do shit.
Just get diabetes.
You go
All right.
buy some food, buy some clothes, catch a comedy show, go to the Outback, and do all that stuff. So we're in there tonight and every night, and we're doing that. And then when I get back, I'll be at the MGM in Springfield, the new casino.
Awesome.
But also, just check my Twitter. I just did a great podcast last night with one of the other guys. He's not here now, but Kevin Flynn used to play professional soccer. He's a comedian. He was on Sex and the City. He has a soccer podcast, so we did that last night after the shows, and that's coming out. And I'm doing Bradford's podcast later in the week.
He's awesome. Awesome, man.
Yeah.
So have fun.
Yeah, we're having fun. We'll do another one of these too
Yeah,
next
and it'll be smoother next time, hopefully.
Monday or Tuesday. Yeah. Well, now we know, and we're gonna get some guests doing this too, so we're getting into the swang.
Cool.
You know.
All right, man.
Well, thank you, Paul. Thanks for doing all the real hard
Thanks,
work
buddy.
today. I just have
It's
it's great to see your pretty face.
too, man.
And give my
All right,
love
see you later, man.
to everyone.
I'm gonna fade you out.
Peace.
Boop.